A bankruptcy court filing on Thursday for collapsed crypto exchange FTX revealed the findings of new CEO John Ray, who said there was a shocking lack of corporate control and oversight at the company. Ray, who took over from disgraced founder Sam Bankman-Fried and previously oversaw the bankruptcy of Enron, said, quote, "Never in my career have I seen such a complete failure of corporate controls and such a complete absence of trustworthy financial information as occurred here." Ray goes on to say, quote, "From compromised systems integrity and faulty regulatory oversight abroad to the concentration of control in the hands of a very small group of inexperienced, unsophisticated, and potentially compromised individuals, this situation is unprecedented." Bankman-Fried did not immediately respond to a request for comment on the allegations contained in the filing. In the highest-profile crypto blow-up to date, FTX filed for bankruptcy protection in the U.S. last week after traders pulled $6 billion from the platform in 3 days, and rival exchange Binance abandoned a rescue deal. As the effects of the FTX collapse were felt across the globe, Singapore state investor Temasek Holdings, which invested in FTX, also made reference to Bankman-Fried on Thursday in a statement, saying, quote, "It is apparent from this investment that perhaps our belief in the actions, judgment, and leadership of Sam Bankman-Fried would appear to have been misplaced." Temasek said it would write down the value of its entire investment of $275 million. Other investors, including SoftBank's Vision Fund and Sequoia Capital, have also written down their investments in the exchange to zero as ripples from FTX's bankruptcy continue to be felt around the world.
These bracelets are a symbol of Ukraine's resistance against Russia's invasion. They were made by the Azovstal steel plant in Mariupol, which became the backdrop for some of the most intense fighting since the invasion of Russian forces. Ukrainian fighters and civilians had used the vast complex to shelter for nearly 3 months, until their surrender in mid-May. They're now widely regarded as heroes in the country. Yuri Ryzenkov is the director of Metinvest, which owns Azovstal.
You're proud to be Ukrainian when you wear this bracelet. And this is a very, very strong feeling. Actually, all of my family already bought one of those bracelets, and they think it's something symbolic that unites the whole country.
The material for the bracelets were taken from a sign that was once installed in central Kiev that read, "Believe in the armed forces of Ukraine." They're decorated with a trident, a Ukrainian national symbol. This is the last batch, on sale for about $40 per bracelet. Its proceeds will go to an organization helping to finance the procurement and maintenance of drones used by the Ukrainian military.
After a choppy day for stocks, Wall Street's main indexes ended modestly lower on Thursday as hawkish comments from a Federal Reserve official and data showing a still tight labor market led to worries about more aggressive rate hikes. The Dow closed just below flat, while the S&P 500 and the Nasdaq each lost about 1/3 of a percentage point. St. Louis Fed President James Bullard said the central bank needs to keep raising rates, given that its tightening so far had, quote, only limited effects on observed inflation. And data out Thursday showed the number of Americans filing new claims for unemployment benefits fell last week, suggesting the labor market remained tight, another sign the Fed will continue on its aggressive rate path. But some company earnings reflected both consumer resiliency and fewer supply chain issues, providing optimism for Stephen Lee, founding principal of Logan Capital Management.
I think big picture, there's a little worry about the Fed raising rates too much and triggering a recession and a slowdown. That being said, when we'll look under the covers a little, investors are also rewarding those companies that are showing the ability to work in an environment of higher inflation and a changing consumer. So We think it's actually a healthy day because you're seeing those companies that are doing well, that can execute well, being rewarded.
Specifically, shares of Macy's surged 15% after the department store chain raised its annual profit forecast on solid demand for high-end clothes and beauty products. And Cisco Systems shares rose 5% after the company raised its full-year revenue and profit forecast with supply chain hurdles easing. The stock helped the S&P 500 information technology sector log a gain for the session.
Well, good evening. I'm proud to announce the era of one-party Democrat rule in Washington is over.
Kevin McCarthy, the Republican leader in the U.S. House of Representatives, heralded what will likely be 2 years of divided American government after Republicans clawed their way across the finish line to eke out what will likely be a razor-thin majority in the House. While President Joe Biden's Democratic Party defended its hold on the Senate, gains in the House give Republicans the power to rein in Biden's agenda, as well as to launch potentially politically damaging probes of his administration and family. While it falls far short of the red wave his party had hoped for, McCarthy tried to sound an optimistic note this week about the direction of the new Congress.
And this new Republican leadership team is ready to get to work to put America back on the right track. It was our commitment to America that we would create an economy that is strong, a nation that is safe, a future that is built on freedom, and a government that is accountable. And that's exactly what we'll do.
Republicans will hold power over the purse strings of government and wield the gavels in powerful committees. Already, they are planning to probe the Biden administration's policies and scrutinize spending. In an interview with Reuters, Representative Michael McCall, the Texas Republican in line to lead the House Foreign Affairs Committee, said he'd keep a close eye on the flow of weapons and aid to Ukraine. McCall told Reuters he had no plans to undercut Ukraine's defense, but said he wanted to see NATO partners bear part of the burden. McCall is also set to probe the hasty 2021 U.S. withdrawal from Afghanistan and scrutinize business dealings between the president's son, Hunter Biden, and a Chinese energy firm in 2017. Despite their new majority, Republicans' overall influence on foreign policy and beyond will be limited. To become law, any bills supported by Republicans must be passed by the Democratic-controlled Senate and signed by the Democratic president.
To Nancy Pelosi, my dear, good, and close friend, thank you. Thank you for being you. Thank you for dedicating your life for public service. Thank you for teaching us so much. Thank you for inspiring us all. It's been the honor of a lifetime to work with you. She's just an amazing person. She never forgot why she's in the fight to begin with. As she said, the children. Always her North Star, helping the children of America. And she did so much. So it's hard to fathom that very soon we'll begin a new Congress where she's no longer a member of the party leadership. In my time as Democratic leader and as Majority Leader, she's been the best partner and ally I could ask for. Nancy Pelosi made our country a much better place for countless women and girls from every walk of life. Nancy Pelosi was the one to blaze the trail, but you can be certain that countless other women will rise up in leadership in this country because of what she's accomplished and how she inspired them.